Hi guys, this is Tony Javier, founder of Real Estate Prodigy and creator of the Total Real Estate Blueprint. In this video, I'm going to show you the 3 ways that you can create your website. Now, I'm sure by now you've asked yourself, how do people find me? Is there a way to, easily build a website? How did you build your website? I get that question all the time. And there's 3 different ways that you can build your own website, because I've done all 3, and I can tell you there's pros and cons to all 3. And I want to show you these different options so you can determine which route you would like to go to have your own website, because it makes it really easy for someone to go to your website and find information about you. Not only can you get organic traffic that you don't pay for, but you're also going to put potentially your web address on your marketing materials so that people can find you, so that it shows credibility, and so that it helps build that relationship before you even talk with them. A lot of the times, especially with Facebook and Google advertising stuff we do on the internet, we drive people to our webpage. And what I found is that when people can get information from you up front, it makes that conversation easier. They kind of know who you are, they know what you do, they know how your program works. And a lot of times they'll fill out the information on your website and boom, you get it in your inbox and you've got the information, so when you call them back, you're better prepared to be able to talk with them rather than trying to get a lot of information from them over the phone, which takes some time and some effort. So having a website has a lot of benefits. It's not something you have to have right away, but if you're going to do marketing, you could potentially put your phone number and maybe even your email address on your marketing materials, but it's a little more powerful to also have your website on some of your materials and to be able to have people search for you and find you organically. Okay, so let's jump right into it. 3 different ways you can build your own website. Template websites. Now, template websites are good for a beginner, and even if you're experienced, they could be good. For me, I tried a template website. I used it for a while. It worked okay, but I like things more customized. I like to be able to, I'm kind of a control freak. I like to control the way my website works. So if I want to change it, if I want to tweak it, if I want to add a different message, I'm able to do that. There's some template websites that allow you to do some of that, but there's also template websites that are a little more difficult to use. They're usually between $19 a month to $100, $200 a month, depending on what exactly you want them to do. So I would rather not recommend a website to you. I would rather you go find, Google real estate investing website template and look at some of the ones out there and see which ones you're comfortable with. See how they work, how customizable it is, what good information they have. Do they have autoresponders? In fact, I'm going to show you my website here in a little bit and how it works so you can determine whether which route you want to go. And the one that I did was done by a custom programmer. And a custom programmer and a designer are 2 different things. So the people that we hired, they had programmers on staff and they had designers on staff. So designers can help you make it look all pretty, and programmers are the ones that program it to make it function how you want it to function. And there's companies that do both, and there's also individuals that do both. Now, a custom website can cost you anywhere from $1,000, which would be someone that maybe uses kind of a template, but then tweaks it and customizes it for your liking. Or someone that maybe has done a lot of websites and they can just throw up some, I don't want to say throw up, but get up some information that you want in a simple 1, 2 to 3 page website. It all depends on how complex you want it. I've heard of people paying 20 grand for a website for a real estate business. My website, which I'll show you here in a little bit, was about it was somewhere between 8 and 10 grand by the time we put some extra bells and whistles on it. And ours goes into a back-end system called Infusionsoft. That's it's a couple $100 a month, so I don't know if I'd recommend that for a beginner. But if it's something down the road you want to look at and invest in, Infusionsoft's a pretty good program to be able to do a lot of different functions. There's a couple other systems we put it into. Also Podio, which is our CRM system that allows us to easily manage our incoming and outgoing, or incoming leads and manage our outgoing calls appropriately. So that's another video we'll get into. And you can also build it yourself. You know, in the last 5 years, there's just been a ton of different website companies that decided, hey, I want to make it easier on people to do websites. And so they said, we're going to design something so that you can easily move stuff around, you can easily edit it, you can do a lot of cool things with it. And there's a couple programs that I found, one of which I'm going to show you here or talk to you about, that you can do it yourself, okay? So building your own website through Leadpages. This is the program that I use to easily throw up a web page. And sorry, I keep saying throw up. Get up a web page. You know, there's nothing more frustrating than, you know, wanting to get information up and then sending it to a programmer and them not getting it right. And you send it back and forth, and by the time you send it back and forth, if you knew how to program it, then you could do it. You know, back when I got in business 15 years ago, websites were starting to become were kind of newer, and you had to have all kinds of custom programming. But now web companies have gotten smart and made it easier for the consumer. And so Leadpages is what I use for all of my simple pages that I need to put up. In fact, you probably got here from a lead page that I set up. And so if you want to get Leadpages, just go to realestateprodigy.com/Leadpages. And I'm not going to go through a whole tutorial here. You can go on their website, find some videos, and see how it works. You know, you can split test your websites. You can put web forms on your websites. Leadpages now has a drag and drop feature where you can drag and drop things all over the place. It's so easy to use. And it allows you, if you say, hey, I want to create a lead page, and that's why they call it Leadpages, is it captures leads. I want to put up a lead page, and this is what I wanted to say. You can just click in there, design it, put it in, you know, put your information in there, and boom, you're up and running. You could have a one-page website up within just a few minutes. Now, it may take you an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours to, you know, move it around and put the information you want on it, but it's very, very simple to use, and I would highly recommend going to Leadpages if you want to build your own website, okay? So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through my website that I had built a few years ago that's more of a custom website, okay? So there's some things that you want to put on your website, okay? For me, we work with sellers, we work with buyers, and we have investment opportunities. So I wanted to lay that clear in the beginning. Which one do you want? You can click on each one of those depending on which way you want to go, okay? Down below you'll see get a free cash offer on your home. Oops. This right here, you can click and it pops up. Exit out and it goes down. And we put this on all of our pages because if a buyer is looking at our listings and they have a home for sale, we want them to see that. You know, that's our number one thing, as you know in the blueprint. Number one thing that we do in our business is finding houses. So we put that on every single page. We have been rated on the Inc. 5000 as one of the fastest growing companies, so we put that on there as credibility. Up top you'll see, by the way, this is prohomebuyer.com in case you want to go on there and take a look at it. We've got some information about how our company works. We've got our tracking phone number down here as well. So we track our phone numbers on this website. This is a two-part form where if you fill out this form right here on the right, and if you ever do a form, always do it on the right. You know, there's studies that show that people's eyes go from left to right, so they're going to want to read a little bit of information about you, and then you want them to end where they fill out the information. So many studies on this, make sure you put the form on the right if you're going to do a form or a button. So they fill out this form, make your form as short as possible on your first page, and then if you want to take them to another page, you can take them to another page to fill out the rest of the information, like how many bedrooms, how many baths, how much they own on the property. There's many different things that you can ask for them to fill out based on what information you need to help make a decision. Shorter you can do it, the better. So just put the information you feel like is crucial to know whether it's a good deal or not. You know, for me it's, what are you asking for the property? How much do you own the property? What's the condition of the home? And then I give them a paragraph or a section where they can give any other information they want. And people, when you give them that, they'll just tell you anything you want to know. I put a new roof on it, new siding, the house smells like crap, you know. we've had all kinds of things submitted on our website, but if you give them that option to put any, is there anything else we need to know about the property? They're going to put it in there, hopefully. So this is the homepage of our website. Put some social media in here. We've got some testimonials they can go see. This is our homepage, so we have a little bit of information about our rent-to-own program and pictures, an older picture of our company, but some of our employees with me in front of our building. So if we go to the sellers page, some similarities. We've got a headline. We've got our tracking number for our full website. And when we do Facebook ads and Google ads, we do a different tracking number. And if you watch that video, you need to get a tracking system to make sure you track where your information comes from or where your leads come from. Another picture of us, built some credibility, a little bit of personal touch. Form on the right side, some testimonials, and some frequently asked questions. Very simple, very short and to the point. We were actually going to probably tweak this a little bit and add some more information on here, but really if that's all you want to have on your website to start out with, that's fine. A place for them to get some information on you, way to build some credibility, a form to fill out, some frequently asked questions, and a one-page website is fine. For me, I like a little more credibility, I like a little more flexibility, I like the SEO, the search engine optimization of having all of our information on one site. So when buyers come in and sellers come in, investors come in, and we're getting that traffic, our ratings go up with Google because we're getting a lot of traffic. And also people can go through and scroll through our website and go, oh, wow, they really do have homes. They go to our listings and see our homes for sale. We've got a blog that helps build traffic. So you can go as wide as you possibly want, or you can just keep it narrow and keep it really focused on what you really want, which is buying homes, okay? So this website here, again, is a template website, or excuse me, not a template website, a custom website, and we paid about 8 to 10 grand. Looking back at what I know now, I could probably do the same thing through Lead Pages. It may take me some time, it may take me some effort, but with the new functions that Lead Pages has, it makes it very easy for you to be able to do something like this. It's drag and drop. It's, there may be some, additional coding that you want to hire a programmer to do, but Lead Pages just makes it so simple. The tracking's great. It makes it very easy to do something like this. So remember again, the 3 different ways that you can build your website. Let's go back here. Okay, the 3 different ways that you can build your website. Template website, which again you can go search for and see if there's some template websites out there that are easy to deal with. You can call their customer service, you can email them and say, hey, do you have these functions? If you can't figure out if they have them or not, make sure they have the functions that you need. Hire a custom programmer if you know someone, or get a referral for someone that can put together a website for you. And you can combine the build it yourself, which is the Lead Pages that I showed you, and the hire a custom programmer by building it yourself and then having a programmer or designer go in to your program, which is very easy to use. And if they're any kind of programmer or designer, they should be able to use it because it's very, very easy to use. And have them go in there and put some touches on it. Maybe they know some code that they could put in there. And even though it's a build it yourself site where it's drag and drop, they have places in there where you can actually put coding. So if a programmer wants to go in there and put a bunch of code in there, they can. Okay? So build your own website through Lead Pages. Go to realestateprodigy.com/lead pages and look at their templates, or look at they do have templates, but it's not a template site. And I'll clarify that. Template site is something you just plug your information into and it's there. Your phone number, your business name, and the template's already there to go out. And a build it yourself is something you can either take a template within, like a Lead Pages that they've kind of already put together for you, or you can start completely from scratch and just start plugging your information in. Okay, so this is not that difficult. So don't try and overthink it and overanalyze it. Just go to Lead Pages, and I think they maybe even have a free trial. If they don't, they have at least demos that they do for you that'll show you how it works. It's very simple to use. So those are the 3 ways to build your own website. You got to determine which route you want to go, how much you want to spend, and how much time you want to take. I'm telling you though, Leadpages right now, if you were to get a membership, I think it's anywhere between $500 to $1,000 a year. I don't know if they let you pay monthly or not, but it's well worth the investment, because if you go and hire a custom programmer, they may charge you minimum $1,000, and then you got to pay them additional money later to change it if you want, or it could be $5,000 to $10,000 depending on what you want. Whereas if you go to Leadpages, you can customize it yourself and not have to wait for a programmer to get back to you, because that site that I just showed you that we did took us, I want to say at least 6 months. It might have been 9 months, because we had to go back and forth on it. We had to add things, take things out, and it took a lot of time. And again, going back now, I would have just gone to Leadpages, built my website out there, and had my own website within a few days. So I hope this helped you guys. Again, don't overthink it, and go out there, just be great, and make it happen. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this free training. If you liked it, which I hope you did, please share the link to this video on your Facebook page. And also you can go to this website right here and find out how we've built a 7-figure automated real estate investing business, and how you can start or automate your own investing business with the tools and systems that we have available. So like I always say, take what you learn here and go out there and make it happen. So we'll see you guys on some future trainings.